Hello all. Today we are here to discuss about the subject production technology. So before entering into this subject, we need to know what is production and what is manufacturing. These are the basic things to understand the production technology subject very clearly. So first thing is what is production and what is manufacturing. So who are all not in the engineering stream, they all will say both are almost same. For them it is like a synonym. But for the professional engineering, they need to know the difference between what is production and what is manufacturing. So here production and manufacturing both are used to convert any material into the required shape or required product. So first coming into the manufacturing, here it is the term which explains about the concept, like in this we convert any raw material into the semi-finished product or finished product. So here it describes about two things, either it may be finished product or semi-finished product. So we cannot say it converts a product into a usable component. So it may be a finished thing or it may be a semi-finished product. So whenever we are doing a fabrication process, manufacturing explains about conversion of a raw material into a semi-finished job or a finished job. So conversion of a product into a finished product or semi-finished. But coming into the production, in this it explains about the conversion of something. It may be a product or it may be a service. It can be anything. In this production, it explains about conversion of anything from an input to output. So here that is the difference between both the manufacturing and production. In this we are converting a raw material into a finished product or semi-finished. But in production, we can convert anything. It may be something which is converted from input to output. So this is the basic thing. Here I will take an example. So in production, it shows the conversion about the input to output. So it may be anything, either it is a product or service. So I will give an example to this production. For example, I will take two countries. One is India, another one is UK. Just assume I want to manufacturing this marker. In India, to manufacture this marker, it costs about 100 rupees. But in UK, it costs about 70 rupees only. So in this we can consider the cost of the labor or the cost of the material, the cost of the machinery. It includes various things. So in this production we are taking economical considerations. That is very important. Just take an example, the manufacturing of any component, what is the cost? In our country it is about 100 rupees, in UK it is 70 rupees, and including taxes also it may cost up to 90 only. So we cannot prefer the production here. We can prefer only manufacturing. So like that we can differentiate both the manufacturing and production. We can prefer only manufacturing here, we cannot prefer the production. So this is the basic difference in the production and manufacturing. So now we can enter into the subject production technology. So here we are discussing it is like a course. But this production technology is a branch of an professional engineering, and it includes various concepts and it gives an immense knowledge. Like it may be mechanical engineering or it may be industrial engineering or it may be electrical engineering. It includes various branches. It is one of the branch of the professional engineering. So in our subject, we are going to discuss about the concepts. The major concept is casting, it is first unit, and next one is about welding, and next one is about the forging operations and about extrusion operations and about the forming processes. All these will be discussed in this production technology subject. So the first concept today we are discussing is casting. First concept is casting. So before discussing this casting process, we need to know the basic terminology of the casting. The basic terminology is nothing but, so first one is pattern. We all need to know about these basic terms, then only we can understand this casting concept very clearly. One is pattern, another one is mold, next one is gating system. These are the basic things we need to know, then only we can understand about the casting process very clearly. So first, what is pattern? So whatever the component we want to manufacture by using this casting process, the same exact duplicate shape will be called as pattern. So technically it is nothing but it is the replica of the casting. It is a technical term. The replica of the casting will be called as pattern. Means whatever the component or product we are going to manufacture by using this casting, that will be named as pattern. It is the exact duplicate shape of the product which we want to manufacture by using casting. So technically it is named as replica of the casting, or we can call it as model of the casting. Either model or replica of the casting. And next one is mold. Mold or mold cavity. Here the mold cavity is nothing but, so whatever the casting or whatever the product we are going to make, that will be formed within the mold. It is the shape which is formed by using the pattern. It is the shape which is formed by using the pattern. It is mold. So the casting which will be formed within the mold. And next one is gating system. Here the gating system is nothing but, it is a channel system which is used to deliver the molten metal to the mold cavity. So first we are taking pattern, it is exact model of the casting which we are preparing. And next thing is mold. In this mold there are two boxes. It will be divided into two boxes. One is cope box, another one is drag box. So it will be divided into cope and drag box, whatever the casting which will be formed within the mold cavity. And next one is gating system. It is acting as a channel system which is used to flow the molten metal to the mold cavity. Here I will show you the molding box, then you can clearly understand about the cope and drag box. So here these are the two boxes. One we can call as cope box, another one is drag box. So these are the two molding boxes. Above top one will be called as cope box and bottom one will be called as drag box. Whatever the line which is dividing both the cope and drag box will be named as parting line. Parting is line is nothing but it is a middle line which divided both the molding flask. One is cope and drag. Here we are joining these two boxes with the help of a double pins, or even based on the requirement, either it is double pin or clamps. So we are assembling these together along with the help of suitable clamps. This complete setup will be called as molding flask. This complete setup will be called as molding flask. Here these are the two boxes. Always the cope box will be placed in the top and the drag box will be placed in the bottom. And for making any difficult shapes or for making any complex shaped objects, we are going to add one more moulding box here in the middle of the cope and drag box, that will be named as cheek box. Generally we will use only two boxes, cope and drag box, but whenever we are making any difficult shaped components, in that case we are going to use cheek box that will be placed in between the cope and drag box. Here this complete setup is called as moulding flask. So these are the basic terms which are required to understand about the casting process. Okay, and next, what is casting? Here the casting is one of the manufacturing process which is used to convert the material into the required component. But the difference between other manufacturing processes is, in this casting we are making a casting by using a liquid metal. We are completely melting a material from solid state to liquid state, and we are going to pour the molten metal into the mold cavity, and then we need to allow it to the solidification. After that we need to remove it. Once the solidification is completed, the solidified product will be called as casting here. So casting is the manufacturing process. We are going to get the casting by pouring the molten metal into the mold cavity. Whatever the solidified component we are getting, that will be the casting here. So these are the basic terminologies. One is pattern, another one is mold and gating system, and this is about the moulding flask. So in this casting also there are some sequence of operations to complete this casting process to get whatever the required component by using this type of manufacturing process. So there are majorly 5 steps in this. So the first basic step will be pattern making. And the second one is moulding. And the third step will be pouring of molten metal. And the fourth step is solidification. And the last step in the casting is breaking of the mold to get the casting, or else we can call it as either cleaning process or fettling process. We can call anything, either a breaking of the mold or cleaning and fettling. So these are the basic steps to perform casting process. In that, first one is pattern making. Already we discussed about pattern here. It is first step in the casting. Pattern is nothing but whatever the component we are going to make, the exact duplicate, the exact model of the casting will be pattern. So before performing this casting process, we need to do, the first step is pattern making. So already we know what are the components we are going to make with the help of the casting. So accordingly we need to prepare the pattern, but in that case also we have to consider some basic parameters, like any shrinkage will be there in the material. It is completely based on the type of material, either it is a lighter material or stronger material, and how much shrinkage will be there. Either it is a lighter material or we are going to manufacture a thin cross section or thicker cross section. All those parameters we need to consider while making a pattern. So for that we need to know about the allowances also. Okay, allowances is nothing but it is the difference between the dimension, whatever the dimension which is actually there in the product and whatever the dimension we are going to give it to the pattern. So those parameters we need to consider while making a pattern, then only we can get the casting with an accurate size and shape. So it is duplicate of the casting. And next, second process is moulding. Moulding is nothing but already we have discussed here, there are two portions in the mold making process. These are, here one is scope and another one is drag portion. So in this, whatever the pattern we have made in the first step, that pattern will be placed in the mold box, and we need to remove the pattern, and same impression will be formed within the moulding flask, because this flask is completely filled with the moulding material. Generally we will prefer sand as a moulding material because it is having all good properties which helps to get the accurate casting. So because of those properties we will prefer sand as a moulding material. Here this complete flask will be filled with the sand material. It is completely rammed and packed to get the accurate shape of the mold. So into that sand we are placing a pattern. For example, assume I am going to prepare this product as a casting. So I will place this in the moulding flask. If I remove it, same impression will be formed in the flask. So that we are calling this pattern as a duplicate of the casting. So whatever the impression or whatever the shape which will flask is called as mold cavity. Okay. So into that cavity we are pouring the molten metal. That is the third step here. That will be called as pouring of molten metal. Means in this stage we are completely melting the material from one state to another state. Means from solid to liquid state we are completely converting the material. That is why it is called as molten metal. Means above the melting point we are melting the material. Means whatever the material you want to use to prepare the components, that material need to be converted from one state to another state. So once it is converted to liquid state, that metal is need to be poured into the cavity which is already prepared here. So into that cavity with the help of required tools and accessories, and by taking some safety measures, we need to pour the molten metal into the cavity. And next step is fourth one, solidification of the casting. Solidification is nothing but in the third stage we are converted the metal from solid to liquid state, and again in the fourth stage we are allowing that molten metal to solidification. It is based on the type of material. Some materials takes less time for the solidification, some takes maximum time for the solidification. So based on the temperatures and based on the type of the material and based on the quantities, it may vary. So solidification is time will be calculated based on all these parameters. So we need to allow it to the solidification. So that is the fourth step. So once it is solidified, we need to cool it to the room temperature. For that we can add any coolants or we can leave it to cool at an atmospheric state. And the last step is breaking of the mold. This is the final step in the casting. So whatever the product we have prepared by using this, that need to be removed from the mold. How to remove it? We need to break the mold to get the casting, and it is placed in the sand. Already we have discussed about that in the second step. So all those sand particles will be sticked to the casting. So we need to perform process. So it is completely based on the requirement. If we want to get the product with a greater accuracy, then we need to perform finishing processes. Okay, based on that we have to machine the component. We can use any finishing operations based on the level of accuracy. That is the final step. So the major advantages of using this casting process is it is suitable for manufacturing any shape of the component. It may be a simple shape or it may be a complex shape. It is suitable to cast any type of product which are having very complex shapes or which are very easily converted, and it is also suitable to cast the components which are larger in size and which are very smaller in size. Means to cast intricate components also this casting will be preferable, and it is very easy to perform compared to other processes, and the cost of the process is also very low. So we will prefer mostly casting as the fabrication process. So by this discussion, I want to you be able to answer to my question. Give me any one applications where using casting as one of the process. Any one application in any area. Give me one application of the casting. The major applications of the casting are like we are using this casting as in household appliances, in industries, or in any manufacturing of aircrafts. There are various applications of the casting. So by this I am ending today's session. Thank you all.